Hey, hey.
Hey, howdy.
Hey, which one of you guys is Bob?
I'm Bob.
Hey, I'm Mike. Hey,
Mike,
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey,
Bob, how you doing?
Frank. Mike? That's easy to remember.
You talked to
It's
Danielle
Frankie.
on the phone?
Yeah, I did. My name is Bob Russell. We're in Eagle Point, Oregon at the Butte Creek Mill. It was the only water-powered flour mill still operating west of the Mississippi River.
When Danielle told me about this on the phone, I just couldn't imagine it being this big a project. This is a big project.
It's a big project. Those
Wow.
joists up there are exactly the same that were put up in 1872 dimensionally. So
Okay.
we had them all sawed locally.
So was the whole building built in 1872, or were there additions?
This center section was built in 1872.
Okay.
They added the store on in about 1880. The rest of it was cobbled on over the years. So when that fire happened, it was Christmas Eve, we shut down the mill, and at 4 o'clock in the morning, Christmas morning, I got a call, and I just live across the street, and ran out here, and it was about 20 degrees out, and it was fully engulfed. I could see the entire mill engulfed, and it just was from some surreal dream. And I was just seeing all these dreams crumble just in front of my eyes. I ran out there, and I was the first one there, and I snapped a couple of photographs.
The community turned out in droves to help clean up and sift through the ashes, trying to find and save anything they could, because they knew right away, and Bob knew right away too, that they were going to rebuild this structure. Bob realized that this wasn't just him and his wife's dream, it was always the community's dream as well.
The beauty of this is the Butte Creek Mill Foundation has raised the $2.1 million, and we're going to get that other $1 million to get this finished. We've got the community behind us, and we're going to work as hard as we can to get it done, and it's going to be awesome.
All right, hey, I might have to peel a couple bucks off before I walk out the door. You got me pretty excited about it.
Okay, Mike, I want to show you around. This Mike's got to get back to work. He's the supervisor around here. So let's get it done. I'll give you a tour around this
All right,
place.
man.
right,
Hey, good work. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Danny told us when the mill burnt down that you lost like 50% of your collection.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I love to put stuff up that was interesting. So I
Yeah.
had some great country store stuff and antique stuff all over the mill. Then I had a large office upstairs with my very favorite best stuff. And, but I have the back room of my junk store and my house full of antiques, and I'd like to sell some of those to help defray the costs of getting this last push done.
Absolutely, yeah. Show
Well,
us
that would
around.
be great.
Okay.
I'll show you.
Okay.
All right.
Bob loves the mill so much that he's willing to sell off some of his personal collection to meet the foundation's goal.
All right, I want to show you a few things in here. I got into this old barbershop stuff.
Oh, yeah, you did.
And, you know, I found the barber pole.
Barber bottles.
Bob might have lost a lot of stuff in the fire, but man, when you walk into his house, you would never know it. I mean, the whole place is like a museum. It's incredible.
So
How
that was-
long you been collecting this type of stuff?
So I started collecting barbershop stuff when I was 11 years old. I was riding my bike through Old Town in Portland, which I always did, looking for old stuff. And they were tearing down a building, and there was a wooden barber pole there. And so I asked the guy tearing down the building if that was going down with it. He said, yes, you can have it if you want. Went home, got my dad, tied it to the family station wagon, and drove home with it.
Bob and I are a lot alike. We both started collecting when we were kids.
I've had that barber pole now since 1961, and I started looking for barber mugs.
So
Then I
that
got-
one pole
That one pole
is
started
the reason
all of
why
it.
you started collecting all this barber stuff.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
The whole thing was barbershop related. You couldn't have staged it any better. I mean, he's like an art director in my eyes, because if you look at the shelves with the mugs and the product and the placement of everything in this room, you really think you're walking into an old-time barbershop. But you know, a lot of collectors will pigeonhole themselves into like one thing.
Yes.
And obviously you haven't done that, because obviously, you know, there's a lot of barber stuff here, but there's a lot of other things.
A lot of different advertising.
And you do really well at displaying it.
I just like to see my stuff, so I make room for it.
Exactly, which I can see can be difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it is sometimes.
So like, what do you see these going for now? What do
Oh,
these
you know,
bringing?
they used to be $1,400, I think. I think they're more down in the $700 range or so. I don't know.
And this one works?
Yeah, yeah. In fact, I'll turn it on. There we go.
There we go. God bless her.
Now, I've always been told that the ones with the arms that go like that are harder to find because they broke off.
Sure.
You know, it just makes
they were
sense.
jointed.
She
or
stopped.
something?
She stopped.
Oh,
She
well,
stopped hooling it.
come on.
Come on, baby.
Well, she probably hasn't been fired up for a
I
while.
haven't fired her up in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to just, hey, she's
Oh, she's trying. She's trying. There we
She
go.
goes. Tiki culture has been around since the 30s, but it became really popular after World War II when a lot of the American GIs came back from overseas.
She just needs to be wiggled a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. So would you sell this one? Would you consider
Sure.
selling that one?
sure.
Frank, what do you think of that?
It's sexy.
$650.
I was kind of hoping for 7.
The price of some of this stuff has gone up and down, but this piece to me is timeless. All right, let's do 7. It's going to a good cause.
All right,
Darn right.
All
thanks.
right, thank you. I appreciate you. Look at that, Frank.
I like it.
Frank, get your eyes off it. Turn away. Turn yourself.
am.
Turn
I'm
away.
turning away.
There's nothing to see over
Nothing
here.
to see here.
It's like a day-to-day treasure hunt. I'm out there looking for rusty gold. I'm looking for the unusual and impossible.
It's back roads, it's dumpster diving, it's flea markets, it's people's homes.